So breaking news, Ange Postecoglou has been sacked with immediate effect from Forest and the experiment is officially over.
I'm not a clown. I never will be, mate. It's just who we are, mate.
It's just who we are. Forest, he's probably still in the dressing room, like giving the cool down match team talk and stuff. And then been served his papers. Guys, if you're excited by the news, make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed as well to Forest Fan TV. Check out the sponsors. OK Jersey, £15 for your football shirts. Always go one size up and use code FFTV for 8% off. Okay, look, I feel re-energized. Big up George. Can I get a hell yeah? Oh, fuck off this camera, man. Seriously. But it is the sum of all fears, as it says, and it's just unsustainable. So Ange's gone. It's been officially announced by the club. We'll go into some articles, some details and everything else, but let's officially read it out. Hold on. Just let me message Ben Jacobs back. Okay, where are we? Okay, so Forest have said Nottingham Forest Club can confirm that after a series of disappointing results and performances, Ange Postecoglou has been relieved of his duties as head coach with immediate effect. The club will make no further comment at this time. So a lot to unpack. Curtis of the $2 says, needs a more Marco Silverish manager that drops MGW. I'd hire me then. I'll drop him tonight. Okay, what I want to do first, though, is just run through the articles so you guys are fully up to speed on what's happening. Cue the fancy transition. There we go. So this is from John Percy. He says, Ange Postecoglou has been sacked as Forest manager after just 39 days in charge. A statement after Forest's 3-0 defeat by Chelsea said, Forest Football Club can confirm that after a series of disappointing results and performances, Ange Postecoglou,
I'm not a clown. I never will be, mate.
Has been relieved of his duties as head coach with immediate effect. Forest fans jeered at the final whistle and chanted, you don't know what you're doing, after the Australian coach subbed midfielder Douglas Luiz. Marinakis, the Forest owner, was in attendance and departed the director's box in the 63rd minute, shortly after another missed chance by the home team. There's the Greek father. Grab your merch. Grab your Greek father shirts. The link is in there, or !merch. Telegraph Sport reported last Saturday that Sean Dyche, the former Burnley and Everton manager, is a front-runner to succeed Postecoglou. I'll believe it when I see it. In the event of his departure, Forest did produce an improved performance in the first half, but conceded 2 goals in just 3 minutes early in the second half. Josh Achapong and Pedro Neto put Chelsea in the driving seat before an 84th minute goal by captain Reece James. The only low point for Chelsea was the late dismissal. I don't care about their low point. Okay, so that's the update on what's happened. Now, there's a lot to talk about. Flashy transition. There's a lot to talk about in this. Firstly, as I said into the international break, what is the point of letting him get the Chelsea game when we have another game on Thursday? Like, I love Marinakis, but he has made 2 or 3 mistakes in the last, 40 days. I'm fine with him sacking Nuno. Nuno had to go. The problem is the appointment of Ange was wrong, not the right man for the right time. And secondly, not sacking him at the start of the international break, again, was another mistake. Now all you've done is put pressure on whoever's come in, who could have had 2 and a bit weeks with the squad over the international break. Okay, granted, some of them were away, right? But still, there would have been time to work with that squad. Also, you've thrown away this Chelsea game as well. You've just completely thrown it. And now you're going into this Porto game with what thing being ready? By the way, I'm not. Daesh comes in. Daesh already is on the rope for me. It's not going to be Daesh. It's not going to be Daesh. I'm hearing some other names, but we'll get into all of that. Okay. So Ange is gone. Now, from here, Forest will make an announcement. I think by the latest tomorrow. Absolute maximum Monday. There's no, and here's the thing. All the appointments that Forest have made so far in the Premier League, when they replaced Cooper, when they replaced Nuno, have all been managers out of jobs. The thing here now is Forest have to not appoint a manager who's out of a job. They're going to have to go after a Marco Silva. That's the key thing. It needs to be someone like a Marco Silva. Marco Silva will leave Fulham for Forest. Just pay the damn money. Pay the damn money. Okay? 8 million. So what? 8 million is better than leaving yourself in a relegation battle. We've got a European trophy to fight with. Still happy you sacked Nuno for Ange. Billy, you are pretty stupid, aren't you? You know those two things are not connected. But thank you for the £2 and sharing your stupidity. I appreciate it. So FFP won't let you. All right, Leicester City talking about FFP. That's funny. That's funny. So that's what I want to see happen. Now, other candidates that I would like to see are someone like, I would love to see maybe a Fabregas coming in. I think he's got a huge future. He would love to come and manage. I know he's new at Como and what have you, but that's someone who I think will suit the Premier League big time. Big up to Adam with the £5. He goes, at the end of the day, we always win. Exactly, man. Exactly. We win. So I'll tell you what we're not winning on right now is the likes, man. What are you lot doing with these likes? Seriously, what are you doing with these likes? We're on 197 likes, over 2,000 of you in the stream. So please do hit the like button. Okay, I didn't say Fabregas is coming in, but you know when people ask you who you would like? That's my answer. Big up to Ricky with the 8 months. Shout out to you, Rickster. Hope you're well. So I just think this is another mistake by Marinakis. That's two now. That's two now. In the space of 39 days. Should have been done 2 weeks ago. Would have made sense. Now, the candidates that are being thrown around are the likes of Sean Dyche, are the likes of Marco Silva. I've heard about some other Greek manager as well. I can't remember his name. I also heard Sean Dyche didn't really impress Forest anyway. And the other one is Rafa Benitez. Can I see Rafa Benitez coming into Forest? I mean, he's got to be like 65 years old now, hasn't he? So I don't know if Rafa is still the gaffer within him. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Get your names in, chat. What are you saying? Who would you like to see in? Let's just catch up on these super chats. No worries. Another 2 for Marco Silva. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. And then don't forget Klopp as well. Thank you for the £2, Billy. Ashley with the £5. Great news. Ange equals chocolate fireguard. Can we SACKED do as well? Poor recruitment. We do not want Dyche or Benitez, though. Silva or Iriola, please. I'm happy with either of those. I don't see Iriola as being realistic. Thank you for the £5. And Adam with another £5 says, Eric Ten Hag is available. He wins trophies, etc. Yeah, so does Ange. So does Ange. But thank you for the £5. Now, for all of those trolls, and give us a little wave in the chat. For those who are saying, oh, why would Marco Silva come to Forest? Let's just think about this logically, objectively. Take your Forest hat off, take your weird Spurs hat off, or whatever team you support. It's quite simple. Marco Silva is not happy at Fulham. Forest are a bigger club than Fulham. Forest have more money than Fulham. Forest spend more money than Fulham. Forest have a better squad than Fulham. Forest are also in Europe. Fulham are not. and Forest managers will be backed in the transfer window. They always are. I can go on and on and on and on about reasons. Let's add that Silva's worked with Marinakis before Olympiakos. Silva won the Greek league for Olympiakos under Marinakis. Marinakis is a huge admirer of Silva. Silva and Marinakis are still in touch and still somewhat close. That's 10 reasons right there for you. For those of you who think, okay, but Silva may be holding on for a Big Six job. Okay, well, I ask you this very simply. Which Big Six job is he going to get? Fabregas makes sense with Edu, man. Fabregas coming. I'm there for it, big time. I'm there for it. So why would Silva hold out? So let's do this argument about Silva holding out for a Big Six team. Okay, for that to happen, a Big Six team has to be available and looking for a manager. Do you see Man City sacking Pep? No. Do you see Arsenal sacking Arteta? I think that's an impossibility. Do you see who else is Big Six team? Liverpool sacking Slot? Well, he won the league last season, so he's got plenty of scope. Do you see Chelsea sacking Maresca? Probably not. Do you see Spurs sacking Thomas Frank? I mean, he's going to flop for them, but he's into his first year and what have you. So no. So that leaves you with Man City, who could sack Amorim, but Man United, apologies, Man City fans. So, but if Manchester United sack Amorim, the smart replacement for them would be Glasner, who plays the same system as Amorim, who is out of contract as well in the summer. So those three managers that everyone's talking about, Iriola, Glasner, and Silva, are all out of contract. I'm pretty sure Iriola is as well in the summer. So this is why the £8 million on Silva, you'll probably be able to negotiate that down if he wants to go. So that's the thing. And out of those three, Silva is the perfect one for us. So just so you know, there is other football matches going on. I think Boring Mouth are winning. We've got them next. Crystal Palace are losing at home to Boring Mouth. The rest are 0-0. So that's what I think. Now, there's no links to Ten Hag. For those of you saying Ten Hag is not being linked with Forest as things stand. A lot of you are going in on what's his name, Edu. I'm still not seeing what Edu's done wrong, and I'll tell you why. Because I think there's a lot of revisionism going on here. I didn't see many Forest fans at the end of the window saying we've had a crap window, get Edu out. Everyone was talking about good window, good squad depth, good players who can push the first team forward. The squad is there. You saw the midfield today. You saw Douglas Luiz, Anderson, and Sangare control Chelsea in that first half. The firepower, though, you put Taiwo up there. I mean, what do you expect? So there is a good squad there. So I'm not yet on this whole Edu thing. Big up to Nick. He goes with the 199. We're going to need Big Sam Allardyce. No, bro. No, bro. Even with the laughing emojis, it's not funny. But shout out to you, Nick. Hope you're well. Hope my boy Logan is doing good as well. Thank you for the 199. Chris says £2 with the £2. He goes, forget the dreams. It's going to be Dyche 100%. If Forest get Dyche in, then Forest are admitting that this season is done and dusted and write it off. But let me tell you this. Would any of you want Dyche managing in the Europa League? We need a manager. Wait, what's happened to the camera? Camera's fine. What are you talking about? Would any of you want to see Dyche managing in the Europa League? Is my camera okay? Is my camera okay? I think it is. Thank you, Chris, for the £2. Mark with the 4.99. He says, can you stop talking about Marco Silva getting very repetitive? He's not even in the top 4 or 5 running for the job. Mark, yes, he is. And secondly, we've just sacked our manager, him.
I'm not a clown. I never will be, mate.
So we have to talk about who the potential replacements are. If I'm saying to you, Silva would be my first choice, then am I not allowed to have that opinion of it? Like, what are we saying? But thank you for the 4.99. All right, so get your let me see your names in there. Who's got some good names? The other one I would consider, what's the name of the ex-Dortmund manager? What's the name of the other ex-Dortmund manager? Conan says, why would Silva downgrade to a relegation battle? Because he would be upgrading to European competition, bro. It's pretty much that simple. Pretty much that simple. Wolfie's obsessed with Silva. I've wanted Silva for years. Look, what you guys don't understand is every manager I said should have got the Forest job is doing well. I said Glasner should have got the Forest job. Look what he's doing at Palace, even though he's losing right now. I said we should have got Iriola. Look what he's doing. Who else have I said? I said we should have sacked Cooper. I was right. I said Nuno would do well for Forest. I was right. Pochettino or Xavi? I don't know. Thanks for Pochettino. Isn't he messing up for the USA national team? Xavi is not happening. Like Xavi's not happening. I mean, if Marinakis went to Xavi and he just said to him,
but at the end of the day, we always win.
That's it. Terzic I'd like. Terzic would be fantastic. I think it's a stretch, but these are the kind of players. Zidane coming in would complete my life. Silva exactly the same as Nuno, by the way. Well, isn't that what a lot of people want? I think Silva's more progressive than Nuno. So I don't agree with that. Curtis is not a bad shout there. Liam Rosnoir from Strasbourg, he says. Thank you for the $2. This is the point, though. There are managers there. There's not this whole, oh, it's got to be Sean Dyche. Oh, he lives in Nottingham. Oh, let's bring Ian Woan and Steve Stone back. They'll bring the passion in again and all this stuff. It is pointless. But I got to say, like, I am happy that he's gone. I also feel very sorry for him. I don't think today was on him. I thought he set up quite well today. I think players missing some sitters is getting a joke. Now, here's the thing that will annoy me is, well, like, take what I'm saying with context, right? If whoever comes in, manager X comes in, and we suddenly see Morgan Gibbs-White with the ability to hit the shot on target, or Morgan Gibbs-White with an ability to pass, or Chris Wood not missing an open goal from 4 yards, same with Callum Hudson-Odoi, then these players' attitudes need to be brought into question. Because, okay, they've down tools on the manager. Let's just say that's the thinking behind it. How dare they is my response to that. Because they're not there playing for the manager. They're there playing for us. And they've got away with absolute murder in the last 39 days because all the attention has been put on him. And they're just hiding behind it. And they know they can mess up and everyone's going to blame Ange and not them. So these players owe us one hell of a performance on Thursday and one hell of a performance against Bournemouth as well. And look, this is the reset button for the season. This is the time that Forest have to get things sorted out. And we just reset and go again. We've seen plenty of examples. We saw last year with Crystal Palace, they didn't win in their first 9. You saw the season before, Bournemouth didn't win in their first 10. We will get it together. I have every confidence in this squad, but I am not happy with their attitude and some of their performances as well. So, look, this is where we are. Let's just see if anything else has moved. What's my mate Ben saying? What's my mate Ben saying? As spirited as the first half was, the footballing gods were not with him. His final record stands as 8 games, no wins, 17 goals conceded. The first half may have deserved more, but this is a 90-minute sport, and since the start of 23-24, no manager saw his team concede more Premier League goals in the first 10 minutes of the second half of the match, 16 than Ange Postecoglou. This is what's cost his team here. Like there's going to be all these stats put up together on Ange. I don't really care about him. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just like, it's done. We move on. And we figure out who's in next. Now, I will be crystal clear. I do not want Dyche in. Full stop, finito. But if Dyche is the manager, then yeah, I'll give him a chance. So it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Let's get into some of your comments. Dam saying Mourinho partnership might yield results. Mourinho's got a new job. Players were in failure mode before Nuno went. That is true, Phil. Let's not just let these players get away scot-free, because they've crapped the bed since March last year. Big up to John. He's saying, just chucking this name in the hat. Thiago Motta. I hear it. I like him, but he didn't play Douglas Luiz, and I don't think him and Douglas Luiz gets on. But maybe, bro. Maybe. I don't know. It's not a bad shout. I like it. Thank you for the 199, bro. So Sunderland are winning against Wolves. My God, Wolves are in big trouble, aren't they? Wolves are in big, big trouble. As things stand, by the way, we're 18th because Burnley are drawing. Who are Burnley playing, chat? Burnley are playing Leeds. 0-0 there. As the table stands, we are now in the relegation. Also, see that we're tuned in. I was literally looking at the table at the same time. I still say it doesn't matter. I think things will get sorted now on the pitch. Thank you so much for the £2. Shocking decision, says Anne. I've said all along Ange should be given the whole season at least. Funny guy. Sunderland answer be under. A lot of you saying get Javi. I can't see Javi. It'll be interesting to see how this develops. Like, what I will say is I think that we will know probably by the latest Monday, most likely tomorrow. Forest usually, there's the camera flashing. Forest usually are out with the old, in with the new kind of thing in a very quick turnaround time. Big up to you, KL, as well. Hope you're doing good. So, okay, that's the breaking news. Let's see how that develops. We will, as always, keep you posted on here of everything that is happening. But yeah, it's just never dull and quiet at Forest, is it? There's always something happening. There's over 2,000 of you in here, and we're on 417 likes. Like, guys, what are we saying right now? I mean, seriously, you guys can do way, way better than that. So let's get it up to 500 likes if we can. On the poll, which manager do you want? Benitez, 12%. Dyche, 30% of you want him. Marco Silva, 47%. Fabregas, 11%. Don't you dare sleep on Fabregas, you lot. Trust me, he's going to be a manager in a year or two's time that you're all going back. Oh, yeah, I remember when you said we should go after him. I remember when you said that. So don't you dare forget that one. All right, let's wrap it up there. I'm going to send you to my mate, Joe. Let's do it there. Actually, no, Talking Reds are live. I'm going to send you over to Talking Reds, who will be discussing it. So make sure you say FFTV raid in the chat. I'll send you over. It's the Forest podcast. If you don't know them, they'll be talking all things about this as well. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video. FFTV raid in their chat, and come on, you Reds.